Hi everyone, welcome to the free stocks I'm buying for November. A couple of changes. Actually, there's a big change in the portfolio. Well, in the recommendations, I've still invested in them this video. So the big change is that Ferrari is now going out of the free stocks I'm buying. Not that I'm selling the shares just yet. I'm kind of like waiting for the Q3 report to come out, but there's just a couple of things going on with Ferrari that I'm not a big fan of at the moment. I know the report that's going to be coming out in Q3, the numbers aren't going to be as good as other quarters, but at the same time, depending on how the earnings come out, if they beat estimates, if they're below estimates, it could be a time where I could potentially sell out of Ferrari for the time being. The stock is very high at the moment, it is getting downgraded, so I'm just going to kind of see what happens with Ferrari over the next coming weeks. I think they're reporting earnings on the 2nd of November, so that one's just coming out. The free stocks I'm buying for this month, and like I said, there's going to be a couple of changes. So number one, now coming up from the second spot to number one spot, is Alibaba. Still really impressed with Alibaba. The figures that they predicted are really good. I'm happy with them. So I think they're reporting earnings on the 2nd of November as well. I think so. Anyway, so I'll see what numbers they produce, but at the moment I'm thinking that the numbers are going to be pretty good what they're going to produce. So definitely one that I'm going to be. I'm sure I'll be in Alibaba for a couple more months, probably maybe a year. So we'll see where Alibaba goes. But just at the moment, it's absolutely killing it. So I'm going to stay in Alibaba. Number two, moving up from number three, is Live Nation. Once again, the revenue growth on Live Nation at the moment is absolutely crazy. It's really good. I think at the moment, Live Nation's revenue is to go up 20% in 1 year, which I guess kind of sounds like, well, 20%, yeah, it's alright, but it's nothing amazing. But when you think about that Live Nation has been a company for so long now, and it's just a stable product, to be increasing the revenue from that for 20% is actually really good, because it's a market leader. There's no one that really can compete with Live Nation. Like, the only big worry is that if Amazon comes in, I could kind of see them competing with Live Nation. But at the moment, it's just totally dominating the market, and I think when you always have a company which is everyone's go-to place, then it's always going to be very good. Apple is always with the iPhones, you've got Facebook with social media. If you are the market leader, it's such a stable stock, and potentially, if you get it at the right time, a good growth company that you can invest in. So definitely keeping Live Nation in there. Number three is a new stock for the stocks that I'm buying, and it is Adobe. Adobe actually reported numbers a few days ago, and Adobe actually went up big time. I think at one point it was up 7% on Friday or Thursday, and then I think it ended the day up 5% after reporting numbers, and it's just absolutely killing it, Adobe, at the moment. There's a lot of things going for it. I think, once again, like I just said, it's the market leader in what it's trying to do. As the editing software goes, it's like, if you buy a computer, you're straight off, one of the main things I'm going to need is Microsoft Office. There's other things that you can use, but you use them and you just go, well, it's just not Microsoft Office. It just doesn't have that same feel, the same quality to it. And I think that's exactly the same with Adobe. Another great thing is that they've extended the services of what they're offering. So they've got all these programs now, which is really good. As well as having all these programs and being the market leader in them programs, everyone kind of goes to it. I actually use Adobe for when I'm editing these YouTube videos. I've got other software to try and edit, but when I use them, they just don't have that quality that Adobe have. I mean, it does cost a little bit more than what you probably want to pay, but you just don't get that quality. So I probably will stick with Adobe while I still do YouTube videos. Kind of been on a little bit of a break. I know over the last few weeks it's been a little bit hectic. I've not really had the time to record videos, but hopefully I'm going to get a few more done for you guys. But yeah, Adobe, just a quality company. They're also getting into the cloud now. I think I like companies that are doing that, if they're getting into that cloud business, because I think potentially that's just where it's going to go. I think saving things to your computer could at some point just not exist, and it just goes to the cloud. Everything uses the cloud. You do a Word document, it goes to the cloud. You don't save it on your computer. You know, it is there now, but I think quite a few people just still save it to their computer. I do it myself. I don't use the cloud facilities on Microsoft Office or Adobe, but that ability just to save things and then just get it anywhere on any computer, I'm sure that is where the future is going to be, and everything that I see in the cloud market is a big thing for me. I like seeing companies that are tapping into that and planning ahead. So that's another reason why I would recommend Adobe as free stocks I'm buying. I actually don't have any shares in Adobe compared to the other two I do, but that could change at some point this week. I could invest in Adobe. Like I say, I won't sell them Ferrari shares just yet. I'm going to see how they go. I might do a video on Ferrari's earnings actually, about what I think about it. But Adobe is definitely something I really want to get invested in, which might be this week. I'll let you probably know in the next video if I did or didn't invest in Adobe. But guys, those are the free stocks I'm buying for November. Give the video a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you on the next video. See you later.